What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So today we have a pretty fun project. I would consider it pretty fun, and that is finally getting to the fence line that is behind our house and cleaning that out so we can rebuild our fence lines. We are down to basically this last fence line and the fence line that I cleaned out last week. I'll show you a little bit of footage of that. And then we have one more piece of fence line I'll talk about a little bit later on, up by our barn. Something that I want to clean out. It doesn't have to be cleaned out to get the new fencing up, but once we put up the new fencing, it will be inside the fencing. Again, I'll explain what's going on there in just a little bit. But for today's video, we're going to focus on the fence line behind the house. It's very slow going. This is hours and hours and hours of myself working condensed down into hopefully around 10 minutes. So it may start out a little bit slow. We got to pull all the barbed wire, we got to pull all the T-posts out, and then we can get to cleaning out all the brush and the trees. It's going to be a lot of work, so let's just jump right into it. Well, you might be able to see, but there used to be a fence line down through here, and it ran up to this corner post, which is where I'm at now. So at this corner post to about right here in front of the tractor is all I got left. So we're working on 4 strands of barbed wire, and it's very slow going. Just a lot of vines, a lot of trying to pull it out of little saplings. A lot of the fence line is grown into trees, a lot of poison ivy. So all I do is just work very methodically and very slowly, just go from one post to the next, just take out about 16 feet at a time and work on 1 strand at a time very carefully so the barbed wire doesn't get you in the face. But we're on the last section of fence line, so let's get this removed, and we'll come back in through here with the tractor. And everything that you see on the back side of this, we're just going to scrape with the bucket and try and clean it out. A couple of these bigger trees right here, I was just talking to somebody on the phone, and they might be interested in coming in and taking these down for me, because some of these big trees right here I just can't get at with the stump bucket. They're not too big for the stump bucket, but because of the fact that they're on a hill, I can't get to each one of the sides and work at the stump. So he's going to come back in here with a bucket and hopefully pull these out for me. All right, so we have the last of the fence line cleared out. It's looking really nice, and it's time to start coming through here with the tractor and clearing it out. So I've cut down these trees. We're gonna come in here and try and pull these out with the tractor real quick. I got the tractor right here, and I have been working a little bit on grading kind of off camera last night, but this is where the fence line is going, and our house is right over here. So why is this fence line so important? Well, it's important because we don't have a reliable source of water up at the barn for our cattle. So as you can see right behind me, this is our house. We're really close to the house, and I intend to put watering troughs right here for the cattle. So I want to keep it really close to the house, and I also want to give them space where they can come down and get water. So I'm making this path really nice and wide for the cattle, but also so I can get inside the fence line on the tractor or on the four-wheeler and actually maintain this fence line. So we have about an 8 to 10 foot wide road that we're actually carving through the woods all the way around the property, or all the way around where this fence line is going to be. That way we can drive it with the tractor. So that's the last thing to do on this fence line right now, is just pull a couple of these little trees out. And like I said before, somebody's gonna come help me get the bigger ones. And then I actually have to go up to the barn, and right in front of our barn we have about 40 or 50 feet of fence line that we cleared out 2 years ago, but since then about 20 feet of bushes and trees have grown up. So I have to go up there and get the field fencing and the barbed wire out of that. And once that's all torn down, that is the last piece of fence line. We can start putting in our high tensile. All right, so we worked all the way till dark last night, and this is how far we got. We got a nice path coming through the woods right here. It's about a tractor wide. I got all the way to this tree right here and started pushing it over. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to pull this out of the ground with the tractor on the side of a hill like this. There's a dark one right there that's going to have to get taken out. I'll probably wait for help on that one. So what I'm going to do tonight is these little trees right here, I'm going to cut off about 5 or 6 feet above the ground, leave myself a nice healthy stump, or the help a nice healthy stump to grab a hold of and knock these over. This one right here I'll probably cut. This one right here I'll probably cut. This one right here with the post I think is a little bit too big. I just went ahead and cut some of the branches off, as you can see right here. I think that's all I'm going to do is actually just work tonight on cleaning up this tree line a little bit. Get as much scrub and brush and branches out of here as possible. That way when I have somebody come up and help me, they can just get in here real easy and pull out these stumps. All in total, I think that this fence line has taken me about 10 to 12 hours complete. and I am super happy that we finally have it done. That leaves 2 more items on my agenda before we can actually start putting up fencing. The first one is the fence line by the barn that I talked about. We need to clear that out. And the second one is the path from our barn down to our driveway where the corner braces will be for the electric fence. That path right now I can get down with a four-wheeler, but I really want to travel it with a tractor and maintain that fence line with the tractor, as I talked about before. So what I need to do is actually travel it with a tractor and a chainsaw and get any last trees that I can out of the way. But right now it's about 80% passable, so that should be pretty quick. And then the last thing I got to wait for is nice clear dry weather to start setting some of these posts. So I'm super happy. We're almost there. We've almost made all the progress we need to start rebuilding the fence. But if you want to see the construction of that fence line, hit the subscribe button. We will be getting to it shortly. So thanks for watching, guys. If you stuck around with me this far, hit the like button. It does help us out a lot with the YouTube algorithm. But until next time, we hope you have a great day.